listening to the Contraritics Podcast, pushing back against the insanity of this world with arguments that may or may not work. And here's your hosts, Josh the Gun Nerd and Ian the Beer Nut.
I was going to say good morning, and then I checked the time, and it is morning.
Yeah, barely.
Yep. I didn't want to give away what time we're recording and having our breakfast in a cup.
Having a Samuel Smith old brewery Tadcaster, the Taddy, the famous Taddy Porter, famous to somebody.
Yeah, famous to his family, I'm sure.
Yeah. Samuel Smith is a classic import from England. Yeah, as a brand.
I've been just really, me drinking stouts and porters and all that, anyways. But I've been really enjoying some of the just kind of basic stouts and porters. They've been just
it smells like a classic porter.
Yeah.
A very dark, full-bodied ale with a rich, creamy head, an intense, dry, tangy character, brewed with well water. The original well, sunk in 1758, is still in use. Malted barley, roasted malt, yeast, and hops. Fermented in stone Yorkshire squares. The type of beer first brewed in the early 18th century gained its name from being drunk by porters in the fish, meat, and other produce markets.
Oh, I never knew that.
Yeah, I didn't know that.
That's funny. Yeah, can you imagine, you get these big stone fermenters. Those have some character that makes that beer total. There's yeast and stuff in there that, have been there for a long time.
Uh-huh, yeah.
Oh, yeah. I like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is just a good, sit out in the porch and watch the river go by kind of a beer.
Yeah, it's a very odd bottle size.
Yeah.
But kind of cool. It's got the Sam Smith, not forged, but maybe forged right into the glass.
Yeah. Molded.
It says Yorkshire's oldest brewery. Established 758.
Wow. So that was just before some colonies rebelled.
Right, yeah. No better time to set up a brewery.
That's right.
What
financial crisis.
Yeah. What year was Guinness?
Oh man. I think it was before that.
Yeah, it might have been was it 1600s?
That seems about right. Yeah, because that's been around a good while.
Let's see, 1759. So it was...
Really? Guinness?
Yeah, that's what it says.
Wow.
Well, at least that's the year that he signed the 9,000-year lease for the Dublin Brewery.
Oh, wow. 9,000-year lease.
Yep.
That's crazy.
So I guess he began brewing at St. James Gate in Dublin. 1759. Yeah. Anyway, still a long time ago. I love hearing about those ridiculously long. Why was it 9,000, not 10,000?
Yeah, exactly. What getting shorted there?
Right.
I just looked up the oldest brewery in the world, and it is. I'll give the short. Commonly known as Weihenstephan, is widely considered the world's oldest continuously operating brewery, tracing its official licensing date back to 1040 AD in Freising, Bavaria, Germany.
Huh.
Oh, and that was a Benedictine monastery, and has survived. Monastery, did I say that right? Why does it never sound right anymore when I talk? Survived numerous disasters, fires, plagues, wars. That is cool.
Yeah, I would expect it to come out of Germany.
Yeah, that makes sense.
But yeah, just a very serviceable porter, classic. True to the style. Does it even have an ABV on here? 355 milliliters. I don't even see it, but it's probably sitting around 5%, would be my guess.
Yeah.
Perfect for the these winter days.
Definitely. I just enjoy them
We have
so much more.
We've been on a stretch of no rain, just cold, clear skies, and then mostly sun during the day, which is a nice reprieve. You know, it's like December was so rainy that you just kind of forgot what the sun looked like. You know?
Yeah, it's funny. It made me enjoy Arizona, actually.
Yeah.
But yeah, last night, I can't remember. I don't remember what it was last night, but it's been like 28 degrees when I've been leaving in the morning. And so last night, I had the fire going. It just was like going perfect. And right
Is that when you sent me a cat picture?
Yeah, the cats have been hunkering down underneath the stove, and they come out and they're warm.
Yeah,
I'm like, how are they hanging out?
You don't want to get fried cat.
Yeah, no kidding. But they'll just go and crawl underneath there and fight each other, and then go to sleep, and from heat exhaustion or something. I don't know. But it was 88 degrees when I went to bed last night, and it felt good. It's dry heat.
Yeah. But man, there's a lot going on these days in the world. I mean, I feel like
things haven't slowed down.
The tension is ever rising with, Minnesota isn't slowing down.
No.
Part 2 of Nick whatever's investigation thing came out. ICE tensions are rising, like you got these crazy people that are coming out, just like, have you seen the one with the kid with his backpack? They keep sharing that.
No.
Yeah, I saw one that I'm like, how do they know all these details? They're like, little Bobby arrived, or little Juan arrived.
Oh, I heard about this one. Yeah,
the ICE used him as bait to get him and snatch him and his dad off the street. It's like, okay, so are you advocating that they should have separated the kid from the parents?
Yeah,
or are you saying it would have been more kind to ambush them, rather than have the kid wait there and then be a non-confrontational thing? Or like, I don't really understand.
I don't see there being a way that this would have been reported without it trying to hold anything in a bad light.
Not the Bee said, liberals upset that ICE agents didn't separate child from parent.
Yeah.
It says that dad, quote, fled on foot. So apparently leaving his kid behind. I've been screenshotting random liberal.
I want to see ones that say like dad fled on one wheel. Dad fled on a donkey. Dad, of course he fled on foot. Do we?
Yeah. There was this one where this lady, using the green screen effects. So she's like, there's the article headline behind her, and she's like crying hysterically. And the headline says, Columbia Heights school officials say 5-year-old boy was used as bait for immigration and custom enforcement to detain him and his father. And the caption of this lady put up said, today TikTok was taken over by the U.S. This video was the video that I posted that was immediately removed from the platform. Like hinting that now that the U.S. owns it, they're like taking down all the stuff.
Did we actually do we own TikTok rights now?
Something like that. Yeah.
Okay, I remember it being a talked about thing, but
I know it kind of went into the dark because people got their. They got their drug back, so they don't really care who owns it.
Yeah.
But then the same person.
Do you have TikTok?
I got it to be.
It's okay. It's okay.
No, I never open it. I seriously don't.
Oh yeah.
I don't know what happens on there.
Oh, I'm sure you don't.
It's confusing.
Yeah. I bet you there's amazing videos of like Marysville woman whipping trees and.
No, I did think. I was like, I wonder how this would perform on TikTok.
Go viral.
Yes.
We should do an experiment.
No, I made an account called like, I don't know, Chicken Farmer Dad or something. I'm like, I don't know what. But
dude, you would not believe. I think I probably have 6 or 7 Instagram accounts that are not like my kids' pictures, related to guns and whiskey and all that. Like. That are like nobody would ever know that were mine, and I've occasionally I'll go back and be like, how am I still getting followers on this? Why are people here? I haven't posted in 4 years.
Yeah, right. That's funny. No, but seriously, every time it's like learning like any new app or whatever. I'm just like, I don't really like TikTok is just very like in your face, quick movements, like a lot of they just want you to scroll and scroll. And of course all the apps do, but it's just, I don't know.
Their way of doing it. I've never been on TikTok, so
because there was this guy that had, for the trailer business that I was looking at how this guy did it, and he's like, you can follow, like you can get in this group on TikTok. So I'm like, well, I'll look at it. I don't know why you couldn't do it in the other platforms, but this same person reposted, you can want every single immigration law on the books enforced at the highest level, and it still would not involve this. And then they went and did this montage of like, of course, ICE agents hauling people and like, well, because did you see the 12 seconds leading up to it? They were acting like psychos, you know, like.
Yeah. Have you seen the fourth angle now of the shooting from like 2 weeks ago?
I don't think so.
It is actually, I think it's actually body cam, or it might be the cop holding a phone.
I did see the one, where he's holding the phone.
Yeah, so where he actually gets hit and he's like, you hear him go, he's okay. I just saw that one maybe 2 days ago. Which I thought was pretty interesting. Just, more footage kind of showing how that went down.
Yeah, and, I do think, this one. It's a picture of that little kid that they used as quote-unquote bait. A child is not a tool. A child is not a tactic. A child is not bait. It's like all the moms just... like
all the moms that have had their gender dysphoria child that they use as bait to draw people into that, how far can we take this?
I do think that I don't know. I don't think the other side of this is doing a very good job, like whatever you want to call it. The people that want our laws enforced.
Yeah.
May not. It doesn't even necessarily mean you agree with every action that ICE does or that things like that. But like in general, we're in favor of our laws being upheld, of people being deported that entered illegally, especially those that have committed crimes. And like that other side is not doing a good job of like, I don't know, getting their message out.
Like 100%. I mean, I think that's. With those agencies, a lot of times they just want to get their job done. It is kind of a conservative, masculine kind of a thing where you're just like, I just want to do my thing. Like,
right.
Just
leave me
do my
alone.
thing. Yeah.
Leave me alone.
And creating a narrative, not making a story, but telling the story, would actually be really beneficial. Having the minister of propaganda for that agency would really, be if they came out with every arrest and gave a 30-second little thing on social media about, this guy, he's been here for 10 years. His rap sheet's this long, and he's, this time we busted him for, PDF stuff,
right?
Then that might, I mean, because you see like the videos of like ICE agents or whatever, or DEA, or what's the other one I saw recently where the agents literally like yelling out his window, guys, we're arresting him because he's raping children. Yeah. That's why we're here. You guys are protecting a child rapist.
Sex offender. Yeah. And then somebody from behind the truck is yelling, don't listen to him, don't believe him.
Yeah.
And you're just like, okay. So
this is one where I'm like, you know what? Like, if I'm wrong, if I'm the person that doesn't want ICE or whatever the agency in there doing their thing, if I'm wrong, then I actually am protecting a pedophile.
Right.
And let's not edit that down.
Can edit anything.
Yeah. But like, that's when I'm like, all right, you know what? I'm going to step aside on this one. Like, I don't want to be wrong on this one because it's. I want them to catch this guy. I don't want to be out there honking a horn, alerting him.
Right, and their deform is to not believe the guy.
Yeah.
Who looked like, I don't know, he looked like he might have been.
He looked like he was desperately like, guys, we're sick and tired of these pedophiles getting away because of you letting them.
But also, I'm saying like his skin. I mean, he looked like he might have been Latino or something himself.
Yeah. Yep.
But at that point, it doesn't matter because you're wearing that uniform.
Yeah.
So we don't care about equality or diversity at that point.
Totally.
You're wearing the wrong
The only standard for that side is no standard or varying standard or flexible standards or double standards. That there's nothing principled about them.
Yeah. Speaking of social media and posts and things, I recently, this last week, I was going to Safeway, and I noticed, hey, is that a whip over there? And this lady is like just going at it. I'll admit she wasn't just lazily going about her work. She was like committed to it.
Yeah.
And she was whipping trash cans and, I didn't.
She was like mobile too. Like she was on a bike like whipping. That was
that came later.
Yeah.
Later before I pulled across the street, I saw her, and then I was like, oh, this is curious. I'll just grab a little video of this because this is hilarious. And then I go find my parking spot, and then she comes around the corner on her bike now, whipping while she's on her bike. And then I go into the store, I come out, and I'm about to get in, and I'm like, what is she doing over there? She's whipping at the tree above her, with this whip. And it was just cracking me up. So I made a little video about it, made it sync with some, what was the song?
Devo, I think it's Whip It Good, or
Whip It, something like that.
You must whip it.
And it has taken off on the algorithm, and you have all kinds of people with their opinions on there. One person said she just got done binging all the Indiana Jones series and felt like she could if Harrison Ford can. Somebody's like, oh shoot, that's 1 mile from my house. And multiple people have said that they used to see that lady down in Everett. Now one guy was like, yeah, I was walking outside of my job and that lady was in the alley whipping, and I was like a little unnerved.
For some reason that's abnormal to some people.
Somebody said, give this woman a plantation and an unregistered firearm now.
Let a girl have hobbies. Jeez.
Yeah. And then you have the people that are like, she's not bothering a soul. I want to see others join her. And the name on the account for that is her handle is Queen of Bad Decisions.
Oh yeah. Hey,
there you go.
Somebody to listen to. I like this. I didn't see this one earlier. How like you've never taken Devo a little too literally. Happens to the best of us.
Seriously. No, so the comments have been a treasure trove of letting all the people express themselves.
Yeah, it's good. You if you haven't seen it, you got to go check it out.
Yeah, and then you got this random guy. I don't even know if I recorded his comment, but I was like, huh, that's interesting. I clicked on the guy's profile. It's his name is Dr. Pinchu.
Don't want to go to that doctor.
He's got 900 posts, only 27 followers, and he follows almost 5,000 people.
Wow.
You're just like, what? That's like a red flag to me.
Yeah, exactly.
You've posted a lot. No one wants to follow you, but you follow everybody.
Yeah, if you always have more followers than friends, right? Mm-hmm. Like actual real life friends. So how many friends is that?
Yeah. But interesting. It's just curious how the algorithm works and things that take off, especially when it's local like that. Yeah. All the people responding. What? Another one?
Yeah, some of the... Must be preparing for her next shift at the distribution center because she's definitely dishing it out.
Yeah. I just opened the double stack. An Imperial Stout with coffee, maple syrup, natural flavor, and caramel color. 11% from Great Notion. Imperial Breakfast Stout. I think they're making up their own category.
I'm going to have my Imperial breakfast.
Right.
Yeah, that can really does look familiar, but...
It tastes remarkably like maple syrup. I just tasted just a little drop of it, and I was like, wow, I can really taste the maple syrup in there.
Oh yeah, wow.
Yeah, and it says with coffee, maple syrup, natural flavor, caramel color. Great Notions out of Portland. They do a lot of great
They have a lot of great notions.
Great Notions. Yeah.
Yeah.
But it does not say barrel aged.
Okay.
It's just a higher ABV with probably sweetness added to take away from some of the, that sharp dark malt hoppy profile that you can get in a Imperial Stout.
As I'm smelling it, it smells amazing. I'm hoping that there's also a lot of coffee in there. The smell is amazing, though.
Yeah, I would say the front end is really got the sweetness. The back end is more the coffee bitterness.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah, it's makes it pretty well rounded in the end.
It's definitely kind of like a maple bar,
Yeah,
like smell and taste. But I'm glad it has kind of the drier,
drier finish.
yeah.
Yeah, unlike a barrel aged that is pretty got that sweet note all the way through.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Yeah. Second round, that's definitely got some coffee.
Mm-hmm.
That makes you want to come back to it.
Right.
When you have that just ongoing sweetness, it's like,
Yeah,
oh, man.
it's one that you could probably actually drink a whole can because it doesn't feel so like filling.
Yeah.
Like a barrel aged can.
Yeah, I like that.
Where it's just
pretty
thick. But yeah, one of the things that we were talking about is just how to, as fathers, how do you help? Because a couple weeks ago we talked about, how do you help see things in the future that your kids might struggle with and helping them to, just develop character and things that will help stave off those potential pitfalls. But also, as you're raising your kids, and we're in this stage right now in terms of we don't have any adult kids, but we're
the proof is in the pudding, and our pudding has not been
proofed yet. And yeah, so we're anticipating that. We're thinking through how to help raise sturdy, joyful people that can also make independent decisions. And how do you help them within the before they're out on their own? How do you help create an environment where you can kind of proof them, kind of like, hey, go do this task or go do this thing, and then I'll let you know how it goes.
Yeah.
Rather than just wait till the end and be like, okay, shove them out of the nest.
Yeah, totally. I mean, I was thinking about this, we'll say recently. My oldest coming in, I'm in the kitchen or something, and he says, hey, can I have a glass of milk? And I was like, what an odd question.
Yeah.
I mean,
Can I go to the bathroom, Daddy?
Yeah, I was one of those things where I was like, I was immediately like, what have I done wrong? I actually don't honestly know if he's always asked me that question.
You're questioning life.
Yeah, exactly. I was like, wait, how did we arrive at this point? What have I done wrong?
Right.
Because I mean, like I was saying before, if he's going to the refrigerator and he's opening it up, putting his knee in there and grabbing the milk jug and just like glug glug glug, we're gonna have some opinions on that. But he's an active growing boy and needs his milk. Like go have some milk. Maybe if he's like, hey, Dad, can I get into the liquor cabinet? Yeah, I want those questions. Hey, Dad, can I have a beer? Yeah, I want those questions. But yeah, go have yourself a glass of milk, son. And so it's a kind of a microcosm of just having that agency that like I want my children to not. That's my phone.
In another room, yeah. Okay, well, we're back.
All right. Yeah, that kind of example is it made me think like, okay, what am I expecting of my kids? Do I want my 6-year-old to ask for a glass of milk because half of it will end up on the floor.
Yeah.
If she pours it. My 8-year-old, no, not so much. And older than that, like, come on, like, yeah, don't ask for that stuff. But I look at that as a problem. My problem.
Your problem, yeah.
Yeah, like I appreciate that he was being respectful, and maybe that was just a weird one-off,
Sure, yeah.
brain fart kind of a thing. But
maybe he was asking himself, "Do I usually ask for milk?" I don't know if I do.
Exactly. Yeah, it was a very awkward, like, what's going on here kind of a thing. But in general, like, are your children asking when they should be doing? I don't want to be holding their hand through life. And this may seem like a big overreaction for a glass of milk. But
you have those seminal moments, and they might not be anything drastic necessarily, or nothing on the surface says that this needs to be a big moment, but it just causes you to question. You're like, am I giving him the tools to be free to make these decisions that I think he's capable of?
Yeah.
Because you don't...
And dealing with the consequences of, like,
Right.
we needed that milk for a recipe that we're doing, and, it's the last little bit. I mean,
because
I think
there's overlap of years where it's like,
Yeah.
or a window where it's like, okay, somewhere in between, I mean, take something obvious, somewhere in between the ages of 15 to 18, they should at least have the permit, be driving, but when that comes, might be different for each kid depending on their aptitude or availability of a vehicle or something.
Yeah.
But there's a window, and like it might be a little different for each kid. But once you start to get in the window, you're like, okay, how much can we let go of? How much can we give them in terms of responsibility?
And this is important not just for, like, working at a job and not like having to ask your boss for a new assignment all the time, but looking for work and doing work.
Yeah.
But, this is important for dealing with government overreach, like with COVID, where so many people had never practiced any sort of, we've talked about it, like, if it's midnight and you get to an intersection and you take a left turn and the lights are green, but the left turn light is red, go through that light.
I've actually recently talked to, I know Ruthie. I think I've talked to it maybe a little bit with all my kids as I've taken them out on coffee dates and stuff. But I'm just like, hey, do you know why I just went through that red light? Through that red turn. Because I do the Corolla. Just take a look at my surroundings. Is there, if there's 5 cars sitting behind me and a bunch waiting on the other side, I'm probably not going to do it. But if it's like, okay, I know this light.
Yeah.
They don't give you the yellow light to give you discernment to when to turn. There's no one coming behind me, no one coming in front of me. It's green for the through traffic, but red for the turn.
Yeah.
Yeah, I just decided to make that calculated decision, and also letting them know, hey, technically, it's not legal, and you need to be able to own up to it if somebody pulls you over, but also here's why I did it, basically.
Yeah.
And so, like, coaching them through...
And it's not a moral thing.
Right.
I mean...
At least not for me. There are those
some people will say that.
Have contention with that.
But, I mean, our crimes, our misdemeanors are based on a pay-to-play system. Mm-hmm. And so it's actually not wrong if you pay the amount. So you have to be willing to, pay for that.
And I've never been pulled over on those type of things. It's like...
Yeah.
I mean, last year I got a ticket not far from here because, it comes to an intersection, one direction, it's 25 for just a little bit, and then it goes to 35.
Yeah.
Well, I thought it was 35 the whole way. The other way is 35 the whole way, unless it's school zone, which I understand that.
Yeah.
And I wasn't paying attention, and he was. And and that happens.
Revenuers doing revenuer things.
Right. But it's not like... I would not take that as you have disobeyed God by, taking... Because all we're talking about is the existence of a little yellow light that says you can go when you feel that it's safe to go.
Yeah.
And I think it's safe to go. There's no cars coming. The other way is green.
Yeah.
Or not the other way, but the through traffic is.
Yeah.
Anyway, but giving them tools to say, hey, this isn't something you do right away, But, as you get comfortable with driving, as you get more experience,
Totally.
these are the calculations that you have to consider.
Yeah.
Not even necessarily in that situation, but like, hey, why did I just not turn out in front of that guy even though he had his blinker on?
Yeah.
Because I didn't look like he was slowing down,
Yeah, I have definitely just had a feeling sometimes when I have a green arrow, hey, maybe I don't go right away.
Mm-hmm.
Not like, green arrow, boom, hit the gas pedal and go, but like, pay attention to yourself, like, what's going on? And then all of a sudden a car just blasts through, and you're like, whoa.
Actually, that intersection that I got a ticket in, basically, I was driving home the other day, coming from Fred Meyer, so going east on whatever that is that goes by the Castle Park there, elementary, and I went to take a left turn. Arrow goes green. Person in front of me starts to go, and then they slow down mid-intersection. I'm like, what is happening? These teenagers just brazenly walk out, baggy pants, classic, just I can do what I want.
Yeah.
And I lay on my horn.
Yeah.
The teenager thinks it's the car in front of me that honks, and so he flips that guy off. And then that guy's able to go through, but then another guy steps out and just swaggers through, and I lay on my horn, and he gives me the double whammy right in my window, and I'm just like,
hey, you're the one just moseying across.
Seriously, like he like, this is my hood, basically, and I'm like, no, it's not.
Introduce you to my hood.
Right. Yeah, I did think
I'm gonna hit you like an ice agent, boy.
Exactly. I was thinking, is this what ice thinks? Just like, you're impeding my ability to, because at that point the light could have turned at any point, and then through traffic would have been, I'm sitting in a precarious position.
Yep, that happened to me the other day out on State in 88 too. So.
Guys, we're here for all the traffic news, traffic advice. None of this is. Try none of this at home. This is not sponsored.
We are not lawyers.
Exactly.
Yeah. We've been to a bar. We are not licensed by the bar.
Right. It's just two guys trying to get along in the. I mean, it really is a pay to play traffic system.
Absolutely. Most crime is. Crime or misdemeanors is.
Anytime I see,
felonies even.
Sadly, anytime I see somebody getting pulled over, I'm like, can you go stop the real criminals?
Yeah.
Not, and it might have been aggravated. Like, maybe he was going way too fast. Maybe, but majority of the time,
be a freaking good cop.
Yeah.
Like, I know cops that, like, you drive around with them and they're like, oh, that guy's a felon right there, and you're like, how do you know? And they go back to like, hey, well, I pulled over, a 78 IROC with, Firebird, whatever. And this is the look. And you know what? If you go on ride-alongs with them, that kind of thing, they're right. Like, insane amount of times. And so they find the crime that they're doing and they pull them over for it. And they're usually right. Be that kind of cop. Don't be the kind of cop that's just out there making money for the county that, is already going to get used for fraudulent things. And yeah.
And I will say to Marysville PD's credit, that incident at the Safeway parking lot, like, sure, she's not whipping anybody directly. She's just like, maybe she's crazy, I don't know. But also was a Ukrainian grandma or whatever that was standing by the federal courthouse in Seattle that just got whammied by a guy with a stick right behind her. Like, everything's fine until it isn't. And so, to their credit, I don't know if somebody called or it's just a regular parking lot that they patrol, but they came rolling through, just not hot, not with lights and stuff, just
being observant.
Yeah, just cruising through, looking around, and by that time she was gone. But props to them for just I feel like their presence is known around here.
Yeah.
And
they're no nonsense. Like, I don't think I've ever been pulled over by Marysville. That's a stretch to say that, but because I've been pulled over a lot, but like, I do get to work with them a little bit with our little bit of property here, and they've always been fantastic. Even having them come through and check out the school and all that, they have just been what somebody like me wants out of law enforcement. It seems very mindful of the Constitution and. Not really willing to overstep.
Well, and I think that starts at the top with the mayor and his cabinet and those that he's put around him. But also, did you see that? I saw it on local crime pages that it said that that federal law enforcement had broken up like I think it was some sort of drug ring or something in Marysville.
Oh, really? I haven't seen that.
Okay, yeah. So it was probably with local PD's cooperation.
Yeah.
Would be my guess.
Interagency task force.
Oh man, seeing more flock cameras every day. I feel like.
Yeah.
I posted the other day. I was just sitting there waiting in traffic. I'm like, that guys, kids, that's a flock camera right now. What's a flock camera? You know,
Nora is noticing them now. Usually it's the same one, but she's at least noticing them. Even in Arizona, we're like, I was telling my in-laws about it, and they're like, yeah, we don't have them. And I didn't see them right away, but I did end up finding 2 right in their little community.
I mean, of all things, Harold, which is usually leans left, said federal agents say they've dismantled a drug ring. They say they've arrested multiple individuals with drugs and firearms trafficking in Marysville. I mean, we're close enough to a border where there could be international things as well. I don't know what this is directly connected to, but
yeah, used to watch like some of the police channels, and usually in the South, and they'd pull somebody over and say, "This is a drug trafficking freeway here," and because it goes in between a couple of states and that kind of thing. And we definitely have that. Marysville's kind of a stop-off place if you're in between Seattle and Canada, so it is kind of a hot spot for this.
Yeah,
Ooh, look at that.
What's that?
Oh, just the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's like 15 pounds of meth and $155,000 in cash.
Yeah.
I want to find one of these cars that's got $155,000 in cash.
Right.
I think I could spend that better than. I just want them to crash out in our parking lot here at the school. I think that'd be a great donation to. Keeping her.
They said, Luis Donaldo Galena Garcia, 29, a Mexican citizen residing in Marysville, has allegedly a major drug distributor in Western Washington. And then they arrested others involved in it.
They're involved in the bartering system. About 20 pounds of coke in return for 15 pounds of crystal meth. All right.
But we strayed, I think, from talking about how to equip our kids to
not sell meth,
make adult decisions, to then traffic things, to then PD and drug things. I mean, that's how it goes sometimes. Yeah. But I mean, getting back to it, I think like the overarching principle should be where you're. I mean, we talked about the other week, but where you're tightening restrictions early on, and then you're slowly releasing your grasp on their decisions. Hey, at first you legislate, hey, you must take a shower once a week, or every other day, or
bare minimum. Here
like going. The number of showers goes up.
The flies
as you get
coming
older.
out of your armpits telling me it hasn't been this week.
Right,
it has been a week.
And then at some point you're like, hey. By this point, they should want to take a shower.
Yeah,
I'm not going to require that you do this. Or
your friends are going to start telling you things.
Right.
When you're rolling on the jiu-jitsu mat and you smell like vomit, there's one kid that Ethan does not want to roll with because he's like, man, he just smells like vomit.
Yeah,
that's kind of friend that says, hey,
and when you're rolling, you're all up in everything.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah. So how do you accomplish that? How do you, while still giving oversight and instruction, how do you slowly let the reins go? You even talked about, milk or food or whatever.
Yeah.
Like we have slowly tried to let, Job have more say over what he eats. And, when we're sitting down for dinner, you're still going to eat dinner with us. But in between, I mean, you're a grown boy. It's not. And if I see you pounding tons of candy, then I'm going to, restrict that. But
totally,
for the most part, eat, get bigger.
Yeah, I mean that's I'm looking at Ethan. He does enough activity that like even just self-motivated activity that we have certain like family restrictions. So there's a lot of like highly processed sugars we just keep out of the house. But man, I had like 3 cookies last night. And with him we're restricting him. Actually, we don't have restrictions on him right now because we see that he's actually doing a good job of not overeating and all that. But like with the little kids, they would just snack all day and skip all the meals. And so it's one of those things like, we're going to eat in half an hour. You don't get to have a snack.
And each kid might have their own pitfall. Like
totally.
one might want to undereat, especially as little girls get older. They want to whatever. Versus somebody that just loves butter, and just
exactly
wants to eat all the butter. And you're like,
you're supposed to put some bread on your butter or something like that.
So helping each kid with their pitfall as it presents. But I mean, it really does. I don't have a set, time where I, like during the year, week retreat where I go and reevaluate things. But like I do try to, like throughout the year, just think, like step back and like, okay, where are we going?
Yeah.
What kinds of things am I seeing in each kid? And a lot of times, like I'll take like different periods throughout the year. I'll like consecutive weeks. I'll take each kid out to coffee or something like that and talk to them individually. Just, hey, how's it going? What's up?
Yeah.
How you're like in your classes. What do you think about this kid? What do you think about your teacher?
Yep.
What are you thinking? Because, you're just going through life and sometimes you just don't hear, like, you don't hear those details.
I think that is a big one is like just checking in. I mean, even I was talking with a friend very recently, like, just that checking in and telling your kids you love them thing. Like, I think I'm pretty good with that with my wife. I forget from time to time with my kids. And so I was telling this friend, I was like, sometimes we're just driving along and I'm like, I haven't told them that I love them in a while. So I'll be like, hey, Luke, we're just driving down the road. It's quiet, which is kind of rare in the car. Hey, Luke, I love you. And then all of a sudden they know what's going on. They're like, oh, dad's doing this. And you can tell like they actually really like it, even though it's like I'm just telling each one of them in front of each other that I love them. But it's that same thing with checking in with them. Like, oh, you know what? I haven't done that in a while. Hey, I haven't done this in a while, child.
Right.
How are you doing? What's going on?
Yeah, just a lot of times just doing it right then versus like, it'd be kind of weird to do it right now, or like, I'll put that on the calendar.
Make it weird. It's fine.
Yeah. Yeah, because you'd rather...
They love it. They actually do like it. Like if you are doing that and you're doing it in a way that's hey, I haven't done this in a while, but I actually care about you. And so I do want to check in on you to see what's up.
Because I do think the biggest gift, one of the biggest gifts that you can give a child moving forward in life is to know that like their father is pleased with them.
Yeah.
And I think a daughter that goes out from your house that is insecure with your care for them will that will show itself in many different frantic grasps for approval and for love and for but if they're secure in that, then they're actually not desperate to go latch on to somebody else.
Yeah, it is. It's funny. And I was talking, I can't remember if it was you or who I was talking about this recently, but Luke and Nora are, especially like at school right now, Nora in particular, Luke will always, if he's coming by my office, he'll like run in and say hi. But Nora will like avoid me. But if we like, make eye contact as she's going by, she'll like look away real quick, but she's smiling. Yeah. And so I know like, okay, I'm going to go out there and I'm going to grab that kid. I'm going to squeeze her. I'm going to tell her I love her. And she like resists the whole time, but she's like, she is abundantly happy that like she got chased down. Like she wants to be pursued. She wants the man in her life to to chase after her and make it known that she is loved, and she's actually not embarrassed. Even her friends that she's hanging out with are like, they're laughing and they get a kick out of it, and so yeah, she's not going to run in here typically right now in this point in her life and give me a hug like she was, maybe at the beginning of the school year. But when we're at home, she totally is like just crawling up in my lap and just, wanting to be loved. Totally. And so even that time, and Luke too, like right now he will stop in and say hi, and then at home he will be like, he will hide and then just want me to come find him. And if I just find him and just, give him like whatever, the knuckles on the head or whatever, nuggie, or just crush him, then he's like, you can see he's like, oh yeah, okay, life is good, and like, so I think there's different aspects of that throughout life that kids, even adult kids, want.
And even boys, like you mentioned, boys as well. Like, credit to my dad, I don't think his natural default was to get on the floor and wrestle with us, but he made that his default. Yeah. And so like it became our thing, as young boys to wrestle dad.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
And it wasn't even like, we weren't talking about moves and strategy. It was just like
roughhousing.
Just try to pin him down, and he would take off his glasses and just be like, okay, we're gonna wrestle.
We're doing this. Yeah.
I don't really do that with Job, but it's like, I guess it's different when you have 4 boys in the house versus 1.
Yeah, that's true.
I definitely, kick him in the nuts and stuff on occasion just to keep him tough. But
that's right.
There's a different dynamic there. But I was thankful for that I, it wasn't, he could be maybe more distant in his own way of, being in a book or something, but he made time to be present, and
it's figuring out what your kids need, and it is going to be different for every one of them, and just making that time and being all in. My middle guy right now, if he's going to tell me a story, I'm in for the long haul.
Right.
Whether it's 30 seconds or if it's...
Dad, I had a dream last night. Yeah. And you're like, oh boy.
Who would do that to somebody?
Oh man.
Yeah. But yeah, he has a certain staccato to his speech that is, it's an investment.
Whenever he talks to me, I always think he's done, and then he keeps going. It's like, hey, Mr. Lug, the cats were they jumped on something. I was like, oh, okay, yeah. Your dad told me that you're having fun. Yeah, and then Mr. Lug, and then also,
totally. You're like, oh, there was just that large pause,
right?
That I'm looking forward to you realizing.
Oh, yeah. Oh, you're still standing there. You had other thoughts. But I love it. He's just like...
because he loves what he's doing. He just hasn't got to the point where his speech...
It's all connected.
Yeah. There's like most of the words are not connected to the next one.
Yeah.
Yeah, I love it. Like it is him.
But it's he generally has a joyful disposition.
He really does.
He is like just interested in stuff, like
so much.
When I see the crows outside, I think of Luke, like what is, I bet he'd want to go place some nuts on a thing. I saw the crows playing out in the back. I think it was last Friday.
Yeah.
And they were like poking at an apple, and like they just come and like dig through all the crap that people leave behind. But yeah. Guys, bottom line, kids are a gift. Don't let that slip. You are now bearing, or you're planting seeds for further fruit to be born later. Yeah. So what are you planting? If you need to shift strategies, then shift. If you need help, go
don't
ask
wait
for
till
help.
New Year.
Right. Yeah. Don't wait 11 and a half months to shift. Just be. I've had plenty of times where I've just like, I think I've been doing it wrong, and I need to shift. And there's no better time like the present than to shift.
Yeah.
So especially as fathers, like lead your household in joy and gratitude, and also repentance, because that goes a long way. Seeing that dad is willing to humble himself before the family is a huge thing.
It's big.
Why should they ever, feel the need to repent and confess if dad doesn't, you know? Or if you do it half-hearted, they can see that.
Oh, yeah, totally. Even, like, this is a crossover to parenting, but like this week, this is a great week teaching. Like, everything seemed to go really well. And just like third day in, I was like, gosh dang, I'm a crappy teacher. and I do that, as a parent too. And there was nothing there that was like, oh, I dropped the ball.
Mm-hmm.
There's definitely times where I drop the ball and I'm like, well, need to fix that. But man, there's times where you realize I could be doing better. And just being willing to be like, hey guys, I'm not going to wait till I screw it up. I just noticed I could be doing better at this, and just getting better at it, figuring out what that is, and being a husband, being a dad, being a worker, whatever it is. Like, try not to wait till somebody punches you in the face, whether it's yourself or
and if they do punch you in the face, think, hey, there's probably a reason they just punched me. Like, it's probably not just a psycho lady with a whip. It's probably, especially if it's a trusted person, you're like,
exactly.
There's probably a reason. And maybe I can't see it, but maybe I need to
surround
work
yourself
to see
with trusted people too.
Yeah.
That's a big one, man.
I want more people that'll kick me in the nuts.
Yeah, absolutely.
I don't necessarily want to be kicked in the nuts more, but that
but
are
more
willing
people
to do
that are
it.
willing to. Yeah, they'll be like, hey, before I kick you in the nuts, how about you you correct yourself before I wreck yourself.
Right. Well,
that's where it is.
I mean, whether it's defying a certain traffic law here or there, or submitting yourself to God in your own household with your kids, with your wife, find how to weld that defiance and obedience into one inseparable whole to be a person who loves the right things, who cares about the right things, and that your children can look back on and say, Dad wasn't perfect, but he was committed to the right things.
Yep.
So
it's a big one.
Go and do that.
Yeah.
And,
go out and drink some raw milk and 3D print things that, be illegal.
What?
And take a left turn on a red light.
Go live a little.
Go live a little.
There you go.
You are render unto God's what is God's.
There you go.
Yep.
Okay. Till next time.
Thanks for listening to the Contraritics. Tune in next time for another dose of guns, beer, and contrarianism.